Hello and welcome to the monthly Q&A. If you'd like to get your question answered in a Q&A like this one, then head on over to ars.fm/Sharmalade and I will do my best to answer your question as long as it's not too rude. Question number 1, and this is from Jamie T. Anyone else think dating apps are bull crap, or is it just me? I wouldn't know. I've never used a dating app in my life. I know of some dating apps, but I've never used them. Tell me why they are bull crap, because I don't know. What is your most favourite thing to do? Well, obviously it's singing, but I'd say situational wise, it would be that moment with singing when, you know, like when you get really inspired to do something and you kind of can't. And then all of a sudden you get the time to do it and you've just got this font of inspiration and motivation. And whether it's creating music and something comes up and you're like, oh, it's just all coming together so beautifully. The music is just working and it sounds great and it's translating from my mind and my heart into my software and it's happening. Or I'll stand up in front of my mic and I'll sing and I'll have like a really good voice day and it's just everything's working and everything's in harmony. That's my favourite thing to do, when everything comes together really, really beautifully. Have you ever had an argument with someone here? What, on ars.fm? No. Or, do you want to have an argument? I don't even know how you would have an argument with someone on ars.fm, but have I had an argument with someone online before? I must have done. I have. Well, not an argument as such. It was a weird situation actually. It was someone from Final Fantasy and it was a really odd, it was so odd how it came about, but I was in an FC in Final Fantasy Online, and I went onto the voice chat server and because I just wanted to get to know some of the people a bit better in the guild, and ended up having a conversation with these. I won't go into too much detail, but I ended up having a conversation with these people, and it just got really weird. These people just one person in particular just suddenly got really down and out about their life. Fair enough. And I was just sort of lending an ear, trying to give some advice where possible. And you know, like when you try and help someone and they constantly go, no, but, and you sort of think, okay, well, I'm exhausted. I've exhausted options for you. I can't really think of anything else. And then, I sort of tried to relate to a situation that they had told me about, and they laughed at me. They scoffed about my situation. And then that really got my back up. And I remember sitting back and thinking, I'm not helping you. Why am I sitting here trying to sort your life out? I've just come on here to get to know people and have just a chilled out, casual chat. And somehow I've landed myself in a situation where I'm trying to help you sort your life out. You've scoffed at the one situation that I've tried to relate to with you. And then at the very end of the conversation, they just turned around and went, so you're going to help me or not? And I was I don't think I've ever been so dumbfounded in my life, but I was very, very dumbfounded. And I ended up just saying, nah, you're all right, and just kind of leaving. And I left the guild and I'd left the Discord server because I just thought, I don't need to associate. I don't need that. That can just go. This is from Jessie Jane. Who misses the sun and who is liking this colder weather? So it's January right now. I know. I filmed all my Q&As in January. And it's actually sunny today, but it's really crisp. It's it's a bittersweet day because the sun's shining, but it's got that bite in the air. It's getting really cold and there's still frost. What time is it now? It's 11:54 in the morning and there's still frost everywhere. So it's going to be cold when I walk Maggie later. Favourite book? Okay, this is quite an easy question to answer. I'm a huge bookworm. I've read hundreds and hundreds of books, but the one that always stayed with me and got me into paranormal romance was The Hunt, the Chase and the Kill by L.J. Smith, and it's a really kiddie book. It's for, you know, teens, and it's very similar to, do you remember the Goosebumps series of books? It's similar to that, but way better. And I think, was L.J. Smith the creator of the Vampire Diaries? L.J. Smith, I can't type. Vampire Diaries, let's see. She was. So L.J. Smith, I read her 3 books, The Hunt, the Chase and the Kill, and it was about a girl called Jenny and a guy called Julian. I won't say too much, but it is fantastically beautiful. Oh, it's so good. Every time I think about it, I feel emotional because it had such an impact on me growing up. It really shaped the whole sort of romantic side of me, and believing in, you know, magic and other worlds and stuff. And then I did read her Vampire Diaries series, and I've actually recently finished watching the entire Vampire Diaries series on Netflix. Don't do it. If you're thinking about watching the Vampire Diaries series don't do it, okay? I'm going to save you like 10 years of your life. Don't watch it. But the books are really good. And the Netflix series kind of, it goes away a lot. It deviates a lot from the actual book. And I swear, one of the first, for some reason I remember this, one of the first pages of the first Vampire Diaries book says, when she's getting dressed up, Elena, it says she felt like strawberries and cream. She looked like strawberries and cream because she had blonde hair and I think she was wearing red or something. And Elena in the Vampire Diaries has brown hair, and I remember always just thinking, oh, for goodness sake. Okay, someone's put a link here to a YouTube video and asked if I'm singing that song. So let's see what that is. I need to take that bit out. Oh, it is me. Why isn't it playing? Yeah, so this is a song that I wrote ages ago, 2013 apparently. It's Emmeline's Resolve, and it's the second part of a song series that I wrote for a girl called Emmeline, and that is the second part, Emmeline's Resolve. What's the most delicious dessert for you? Okay, most delicious dessert is, I think I'm going to have to go with either key lime pie, I really like that, it's key lime pie cheesecake, or I really like Belgian waffles with vanilla ice cream like melted, like, and the waffles are hot and the vanilla ice cream is like melting through the little square holes, and then a little sprinkling of like walnuts. Oh, I love that. Does anyone still use Ask on a computer? Me. Who doesn't? Are you using it on your phone? I didn't even know you could. Where do you feel most safe? Probably in bed, under my blanket with Maggie and Ian, and also in my house. A long time ago, in my sort of mid-20s, I did go through a stage of having agoraphobia, and I had it for 2 years, and I just couldn't leave the house. I just was in a really, really bad place mentally and just not confident, and I had to have therapy for it. I had 6 therapy sessions with a therapist called Sarah, and she was amazing, and she totally just sorted me out, you know, and she didn't give me any medication. She was very, very anti-medication, and she just said, you know, basically, it wasn't so much as like pull yourself together, because I know she would never be allowed to say anything like that, but she just kind of made sense of the sort of fortune telling and thoughts that I was having, anticipating bad situations and things like that. Like, I very much used to feel like people were thinking like bad things about me and like judging me and stuff. I felt very, very judged all the time. Even just walking down the street, I used to think people in cars were judging me, and it was just out of hand, really. And it took 2 years to kind of conquer it and not be afraid to go outside the front door, and, you know, on my own as well. And I honestly think that episodes and things like that, if you're able to come out the other side of them, they do make you stronger. And one thing that she taught me is that you're never going to forget how that felt. And it's true, I'll never forget how that situation felt and how I felt mentally and emotionally. But in not being able to forget it, it means I'm able to accept it as part of my personality. I feel like whenever I get anxiety or self-doubt or anything that's going to negatively impact me mentally, I just accept it. I try not to push against it or resist it. I try to just accept it and understand that it's part of the colours of personality. It's part of the colours that make up me. You can't have all these pinks and vibrant, beautiful colours without the greys and the blacks. We need all of the hues to complete the whole spectrum of colours. And that's how I kind of like to look at negative thoughts and feelings. They're just a part of who we are, and they're not bad. It's not a bad thing to feel anxious. It means you're alive, and we can either try and push back against it, which means we're pushing against ourselves, or we can try and just accept that it is a part of who we are, and it makes you you. I don't know where that came from. I haven't even had a coffee today. So that is it for this month's Q&A. I'm pleased to end on a sort of positive note. And this is actually my last Q&A recording for the year. Can you believe it? Have a wonderful week, everybody, and I will see you. It's weird saying I will see you very soon for the next Q&A, because in my mind that's going to be a year's time away. But have a wonderful week, everybody, and I will see you very soon for the next Q&A. Bye.